Hello, my name is Pak Cheho, and I am the director of a dermatology clinic in the district of Konso City, Seoul, where I have been practicing for over 40 years. During this time, I managed to help
This will
numerous
only
patients
hurt for
cope
a
with
moment,
various skin
but it will
issues.
help you.
Pigment spots, wrinkles, and loss of skin elasticity are the unpleasant troubles everyone faces with aging, and I observe them daily. I was no exception to this rule. When I turned 40, I noticed the first fine wrinkles around my eyes and mouth. At 50, my skin lost its former freshness. By 60, looking in the mirror, I realized my appearance had changed significantly from what it once was. Honestly, for a while, I thought I had to accept old age, but as a doctor, I couldn't just give up. I needed to find a way to make my skin at least a little more elastic and youthful in appearance. In search of an answer, I continued my research for many years. Eventually, I discovered a very simple method that can be easily applied at home. In fact,
Grandma, you look
among my
so young
patients are
and
people in their
beautiful.
70s and
What's your
80s who
secret to
regularly
staying so
followed this
youthful?
method
It's
and
all the
reported that
love
their
from my
faces became
wonderful
firmer
family.
and those around them noticed they looked younger and regained their smiles. Today, I want to share this secret with you. Regardless of your age or how much you notice skin aging, there is a way to restore it. Therefore, I recommend you to watch this video until the end and definitely try the suggested tips. If you have any questions while watching, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will gladly answer them and appreciate your support. She will become my motivation to create even more useful information. So, let's begin. You probably often think that wrinkles occur simply due to aging, but in reality, it's a bit more complex. There are several main causes that contribute to skin aging. Firstly, this is a decrease in collagen and elastin. In the dermis of our skin, there are proteins, collagen, and elastin that provide its elasticity. As long as they are sufficient, the skin looks firm. When pressed, it quickly returns to its original state. However, after 30 years, the content of these components sharply decreases, wrinkles become more pronounced, and elasticity declines. Secondly, there is a lack of moisture and dryness. With age, the level of hyaluronic acid, a natural skin moisturizer, decreases. Therefore, the skin begins to tighten and become rough. If a moisturizer is not applied immediately after washing, it quickly loses its freshness. I think many of you have faced such a situation. Thirdly, there is ultraviolet and other environmental factors. Ultraviolet rays from the sun are one of the main causes of skin aging, known as photoaging. Skin exposed to intense sunlight ages much faster, developing more wrinkles, age spots, and freckles. Moreover, fine dust, tobacco smoke, stress, and other environmental factors damage skin cells and accelerate aging. Finally, hormonal changes, especially in women, lead to skin thinning and deeper wrinkles after menopause due to a sharp decline in estrogen levels. Thus, skin aging is not just a consequence of age, but a result of internal changes in the body, as well as the influence of habits and the environment. How can one restore youth and health to the skin, considering the many factors that contribute to its aging? I will tell you about a special method that is easy to apply at home. It is a way to activate skin cells and restore their youthful strength. When you hear the word honey, you probably think of the sweet treat and its benefits in food products. But honey is not just for eating. When applied to the skin, it shows an amazing effect. Firstly, honey provides powerful hydration. It is called a natural moisturizer as it retains moisture in the skin for a long time. After washing, when the skin becomes dry and tight, applying a thin layer of honey is enough to keep it moisturized for a long time. Especially in dry seasons like autumn and winter, honey acts as a protective barrier for the skin. Secondly, it has antibacterial properties. Honey contains natural antibacterial components that help soothe inflammation and other skin issues. In the past, the elderly used honey to treat wounds to prevent inflammation. This folk remedy is indeed scientifically substantiated. For problematic skin suffering from acne or irritation, honey gently soothes without causing additional discomfort. Thirdly, honey promotes skin regeneration. Natural nutrients contained in it help restore damaged areas and promote the formation of new cells, softening fine wrinkles, restoring elasticity, and making dull complexion bright and healthy. For example, one of my patients suffered for a long time from dry skin, plagued by flaking and itching. He began mixing honey with a small amount of cream and regularly applying this mixture. As a result, his skin became significantly softer and more hydrated. Thus, honey is not just a food product, but a natural cosmetic ingredient with many beneficial effects. The key point today is that if a certain component is added to honey, the skin can look 10 years younger. I will reveal this special combination. This is adenosine, a key element of our conversation. Adenosine is naturally produced in the body and is known as a substance that accumulates with fatigue. In cosmetics, it has an exceptionally positive effect on the skin. Firstly, adenosine helps reduce wrinkles. He activates cells in the deep layers of the dermis, promoting increased production of collagen and elastin. As a result, fine wrinkles become less noticeable, and the skin, having lost its elasticity, gradually recovers. Secondly, adenosine improves blood circulation. It expands the microvessels of the skin, promoting more effective blood supply. When circulation is active, oxygen and nutrients reach the skin better, making it more alive and radiant. Thirdly, adenosine has a calming and restorative effect. Even if the skin is damaged or irritated, adenosine accelerates the healing process and reduces inflammatory reactions. Therefore, it is often included in creams for sensitive skin or after laser procedures. Scientific research also noted a significant improvement in the skin around the eyes and on the forehead of those who regularly used adenosine. Thus, if honey provides hydration and nutrients, supporting skin health, adenosine acts as a key element that actively restores aging skin. Now it is important to understand what happens when they are used together. I always emphasize that it is extremely difficult to change the condition of the skin with just one component. Ingredients that care for the surface and those that act from within are necessary. Honey smooths the skin's surface, retains moisture, and gives it a glow. You will immediately feel your skin becoming more hydrated and radiant after application, while adenosine promotes collagen synthesis in the deeper layers of the skin, softening wrinkles and restoring its elasticity. Over time, the skin fills from within, so the combination of honey and adenosine provides a dual effect. The skin's surface glows, and elasticity is restored. Simply put, you achieve both radiant skin and youthful firmness. For example, a 70-year-old patient who came to my clinic used a honey mask and a cream with adenosine. She had dry skin and deep wrinkles, but after a month of regular care, people began to notice that her skin became clearer and her face looked younger. Another patient, a 60-year-old man, complained about the loss of elasticity and sagging skin with age. He applied a cream with adenosine every evening and used a simple honey mask 2 to 3 times a week. After 2 months, he noticed that his jawline had become more defined and his face looked brighter, in his own words. Thus, honey provides instant radiance and hydration, while adenosine improves wrinkles and firmness over time. Therefore, their combined use turns out to be much more effective. I strongly recommend considering honey not only as a separate ingredient, but also as an important component for skincare. Remember that the combination with cream or serum based on adenosine provides a significantly more pronounced synergistic effect. Later, I will share simple ways of home skincare using honey and adenosine. First, I will tell you about the basic mixing recipe. Take 1 teaspoon of honey, add adenosine serum, 1 or 2 presses will be enough, and a cream the size of a pearl. Mix everything in your palm. If the mixture is too thick, add a drop or 2 of warm water to make application easier. Honey can be applied separately, but when combined with adenosine, its stickiness decreases and absorption increases. The best way to apply it is right after washing, when the skin is most receptive and moisture easily evaporates. Apply honey and adenosine immediately to retain moisture longer. For best effect, use on slightly damp skin. Apply the mixture all over the face and press with your palms for better absorption, paying special attention to the areas around the eyes, mouth, and forehead. Repeat the application twice. Finally, the method before sleep. At night, the skin recovers, so use a mixture of honey and adenosine more generously. Make it slightly larger than usual and apply evenly to the face, neck, and the back of the hands. After application, wait 10 minutes for the product to absorb and not stain the pillow. Honey has antibacterial properties, which will be beneficial for those who often face skin problems. If you need to do makeup in the morning, honey may seem too heavy. In this case, reduce its amount by half. Use a small amount of honey and 1 pump of adenosine serum. After applying, wait 3 minutes for absorption, then start your makeup. The skin will look natural and the makeup won't clump. This is especially relevant for dry skin or during winter when makeup can crack and wrinkles become more noticeable. As for the frequency and amount of application, use a little in the morning and generously in the evening. It is recommended to do the procedures 5 to 6 times a week. If your skin is sensitive, start with 3 times a week and gradually increase the frequency. Don't think that a large amount of product will speed up the result. Skincare requires consistency and patience. There are several methods of application. For the skin around the eyes and to eliminate wrinkles, use a small amount of honey with a cotton swab. For wrinkles on the neck, apply honey and adenosine cream with vertical massage movements. Also, don't forget about the back of your hands and elbows. This will help with hydration and firmness. As for the time it takes to see results, in 2 weeks the skin texture will become smoother, and tightness after washing will decrease. In 4 weeks, wrinkles around the eyes and mouth will become less noticeable. After 8 weeks, the skin tone will lighten and elasticity will return. Those around you will notice you look younger. Thus, by using honey and adenosine in daily life, you can simultaneously care for wrinkle fighting, elasticity, and skin radiance. Remember, consistency is the best remedy. Don't limit yourself to 1 or 2 applications. Make it a habit. If any of you have already tried it, share your experience. It will help others. Skincare is not as difficult as it may seem. Especially elderly people over 70 may think that nothing will change. But in reality, everything is quite simple. Just allocate 5 minutes a day, and your skin will improve. Let's start in the morning. After washing your face while your skin is still slightly damp, apply a thin layer of adenosine serum. On top, add a minimal amount of honey, the size of 1 or 2 grains of rice. Adenosine will help with wrinkles, and honey will retain moisture, keeping the skin hydrated all day. Don't forget to apply sunscreen at the end, as even the best ingredients will be useless if the sun destroys them. Now let's move on to the evening. After washing, apply the adenosine serum again. Take a bit of honey in your palm, mix it with cream, and spread it on your skin. Go to sleep, and at night your skin will recover, and in the morning, you will feel its firmness. This routine is simple. After washing, apply the serum and a bit of honey. In just 5 minutes in the morning and evening, you can keep your skin in good condition. In fact, I have a 70-year-old patient who regularly followed this method. At first, he did not like looking in the mirror. His face was etched with deep wrinkles, his skin was constantly dry, and even after applying cream, it quickly tightened and cracked. Those around him often told him that he looked tired and unhealthy. He felt a heaviness in his soul, tried to avoid going outside and especially photographs. I told him about a method based on honey and adenosine, and thinking he had nothing to lose, he decided to try it. He set aside 5 minutes in the morning and evening. The first week passed without noticeable changes, but he did not despair. After 2 weeks, the skin became less tight, and the moisture after washing lasted longer. A month later, he noticed changes in the mirror. The wrinkles around his eyes became less noticeable, and his skin tone significantly improved. Those around him noticed it first. "Your face has become so bright, something good has happened to you," they said. His mood noticeably improved. In 2 months, truly amazing changes occurred. His previously dull skin began to glow from within. The deep folds on his cheeks had not completely disappeared, but had softened, and his expression had become kinder. What surprised him most was how he looked in photographs. The one who had always avoided pictures looked at a photo with his grandchildren and thought, "I can change like this." He told me, "I am 70, but looking in the mirror, I feel 20 years younger. I have the energy to live again." Did you notice that the combination of honey and adenosine not only moisturizes the skin, but also creates a powerful synergistic effect that reduces deep wrinkles and improves the skin's firmness and radiance? Especially with age, it's important not only what you apply, but also how regularly you take care of yourself. If you are consistent, you can turn back time for your skin. If this video was helpful to you, support me with your attention. If you try this method and feel results or have questions, leave a comment. Your experience can help others. I will continue to share practical tips on skincare and health. In the next video, I will prepare even more valuable recommendations. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being with me today.